Well, all right, let's talk about Sam Ellinger. I know that maybe the story is the incredible comeback here, the great catch by McLaurin there, unbelievable to get to the 1 yard line, all of that stuff. But I want to make a video talking about Sam Ellinger and how I thought he played well in this game. So listen, you lose the game, that obviously sucks, but I still think there's optimism moving forward for Indianapolis. Let's talk about the negatives that happened and then the positives that happened. All right, let's start off with this play. So what's going to happen here, this was a negative play. It was not all a perfect day, certainly, from Ehlinger. Here was a negative play, and it kind of a classic rookie mistake. There were a couple of rookie mistakes that you definitely saw out there, especially early on in this game, I thought, where it's going to be zone coverage. You have a receiver who's going to get into a gap in coverage, and so, okay, on paper, makes sense. This is his read. Sure, got it. Right when this play begins, what you're going to see is that Ehlinger eventually fires it there, and this is a good example of kind of the plays that work in college but don't work at the NFL level. There was kind of a window there, but the windows just do not last as long in college as they do or they do not last as long in the NFL as they did in college. In college, if there's a window, it's pretty much a window. You can pretty much just fire it there. However, in the NFL, these linebackers move quickly, and they cover up those windows very quickly. Watch the linebacker get over, and he tipped it, and, that could have been a little dangerous. So, okay, lesson learned. You didn't have to learn it the hard way, because sometimes guys have to learn those with, pick sixes. Luckily, not what he had to, not the worst way to learn that lesson, I would say. He was able to sort of say, okay, maybe it's not maybe not the best throw there. Not a terrible one either. Just kind of, again, small rookie mistake. Going over here, this is definitely something I would also consider a bit of a rookie mistake. And again, even rookie mistake almost feels like a harsh thing to say because it makes it feel like he should have known better. I almost feel like these are the things that you really have to learn by being at the NFL level. These are almost plays I just expect a rookie to make. Look at how when Ehlinger takes the snap, he is going to look and say, oh, hey, there's a little lane that I can potentially scramble up through here. Oh, this is great. Let me try and see if I can do something here. But again, as he tries to do that, that lane closes way too quickly. These are NFL athletes. They can get there fast, and it's not just a tackle, because if it's a tackle, okay, whatever, it's not the end of the world, sacks do happen. He also lost the football, so gotta hold on to that football and gotta be a little bit smarter, I think, in when you're going to scramble, or just, maybe even not that, because it wasn't like a terrible decision by him to scramble, I didn't think. It just didn't really work out, so just kind of one of those, maybe lessons learned of, hey, if you're trying to make those plays happen, you can do that, but this is the risk because it is at the NFL level. So some of those things I did definitely notice. Although now let's go over to this play, because one thing that I actually liked about Ehlinger and liked about this whole situation in general by the Colts is that I thought that while he made some mistakes, he didn't turtle. He didn't say, okay, well, I have to just, hand the ball off every play. I have to just, throw it to the guy who I'm closest to every play. No, he was doing, I think, a very good job at sort of still playing his game. I'm still saying, no, this is, me moving, me scrambling is part of my game, so I am still going to do that. And this is a good example of it. You have a defensive tackle who I've highlighted right there, and watch as Ehlinger takes the snap and runs this play action. And what you see is that defensive tackle really kind of got pushed pretty well to the bottom of the screen, meaning that there's a much bigger running lane this time than there was last time. And again, I think a lot of quarterbacks would be kind of a little bit shocked about the fumble last time and say, oh, maybe I don't want to do this time. But Ehlinger, I think, is smartly saying, no, this is still a part of my game. Watch him scramble up, and it's nothing crazy, but still, you picked up 7 yards right there, and he was able to do this a couple more times of just, getting the yards that you can get. That's what you want a quarterback to do at the end of the day. However you get your yards is how you get your yards, and for someone like Ehlinger, who kind of views himself as the 6th eligible receiver, I mean, literally, he technically is an eligible receiver, but you know what I mean, as the 6th guy who can have the ball in his hands and make something happen, well, then don't go away from that just because it didn't work out earlier. So again, be a little bit smarter about it, but still, that's the stuff that I thought was good. Also, going over here, I just thought he did a good job of running the offense. So it's like, again, I think I keep calling him a rookie. He's not technically a rookie. He's in his 2nd season, but for his first NFL action. So, he's if it was another sport, they'd call him a rookie, but football doesn't do it that way, which I understand why they don't. But, in his first game, he definitely looked very mature out there. You would see a play like this on a 3rd down and 8. there is kind of, you can see the route on the screen and how it can work, but it's tough, right? Ellinger is on the hash marks all the way at the top half of the screen. He has to throw all the way to the bottom of the screen. It's a tough angle, and really, if you're going to make this throw, it's, they credited his arm strength on this one, which, fine. But really, the main thing you have to do if you are going to make this throw is time it perfectly. Your timing has to be, right on the money, which is obviously sometimes difficult when you have only had so many first-team reps with these guys because you weren't the starter for most of the season. However, Ehlinger takes the snap, and, he eventually is going to make this throw, and you see right here, it really is beautifully timed to get the ball over to Alec Pierce. Now, Pierce has to make a bit of a tough throw, but still, the timing was the more important aspect of that play than the accuracy, I would say, and it still was relatively accurate. Pierce was able to make the grab. At the end of the day, that's what matters, is being able to make a catch. And then we saw some splash plays, really. I mean, it took a minute for it to happen, for sure, but we would eventually get to see some splash plays. This is one of them where it's going to be a deep route. It's to Alec Pierce, which, again, a lot of people talk a lot of things about the Colts receiving core, but hey, you have Alec Pierce, you have Michael Pittman. That's a pretty good 1-2 punch. Pierce has played well this season. Pittman's underrated, I think. So having two guys who can, you would ideally like a better third option, I think it's fair to say. They kind of have to piece that together a little bit, but still, as a whole, they can both make plays, and you're going to see Alec Pierce show that on this one. So what's interesting about this play, actually, is it's a man coverage play. It's a cover 2 man, though. So Pierce does have a one-on-one matchup on the outside, but with a safety over the top, you would think that it wouldn't actually get open. However, you're going to see that Ellinger takes the snap. When he fires in that direction, the safety actually moves a lot further in, meaning that it turned into a one-on-one matchup, and Pierce just blew by that one-on-one matchup. So because of that, you were able to, and I actually wonder if it was designed, if this was actually supposed to be sort of a one safety deep coverage and it was a disguise. It's a little bit hard to tell with the broadcast footage. However, nevertheless, still an impressive play by Ellinger to read what was happening and to notice that even though there was a safety over the top at the beginning of the play, now there is not. And also, it's just a great throw. It's exactly where he wanted to put that ball. Good catch from Pierce as well. So those two things working together were why they were able to finish off that completion. So yeah, as a whole, I thought it was a good performance by Ehlinger. Again, you think about 4 scoring drives and then 2 more fumbles inside scoring position. This could have easily been a much more high-scoring game. Now, I think he has something to do with a couple of those drives stalling out. Sure, that's reasonable to say. But still, as a whole, I think very impressive day from Ehlinger. He was even so close to picking up that first down there at the end to ice the game. He definitely played well, and I think that, to me, it's clear the Colts offense looks better now with Ehlinger there than it did with Matt Ryan there. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.